Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Check microphone. One check. One check.
One, two, three. Check, baby, check, baby. 1, 2. Check, baby, 1.
It's called the rum shaker. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Wednesday and another crazy episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we are going to try to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. And I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to get straight into our introductions and into these crazy stories. Ladies.
Yes, let us go. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you to Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. This show replays every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Innanet Radio. So be sure to check out the replays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We take live on IG and YouTube Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So what you need to do is follow and subscribe to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. That's the handle. Join us so that you never miss a live episode, because honestly, live is the best format for this show. So that's it. My name is Carcia. Thanks for joining. Kelly girl, what is going on?
Oh, child, there's too much going on. So much that it's hard to keep track. Hello, everyone, your planet. My name is Kelly, and I'm so happy to be here with this very sane, very opinionative, very true talking group, the Not Your Typical Girl Talk group. Listen, guys, the stories. Oh, you know what? Too much to even. Shiva girl, tell these beautiful people who you are, because it's gonna be
something indeed. Something indeed. I am Toshiba. They call me Shiva. I'm the final member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. And after this, you might need a detox from your phone, because the craziness that is about to ensue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in this segment that I'm calling What Crime, listen, I'm just going to put this up here for a second. So this is the face of a 19-year-old gentleman who has been charged with criminal mischief. Criminal mischief, where he's from, is a felony charge. Do you guys want to guess what he did to be charged with criminal mischief?
Girl, I know what he did. I think it's stupid that they're putting this poor man through it, because...
Hey, you know what? Hold that there.
You know what? Anyone listening would say, oh, he probably trespassed and vandalized something. That's what most people. So I'm gonna show you.
Let's show you what he did. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna play it. So this is him driving a car, driving a car, driving, turning his car. This is it. Okay, so he drove. You did see that, right? 2 cars were driving. That's all you saw, right? Well, what he did was a crime, because he drove over an LBTQ mural that was on the ground.
That cars drive on.
That cars drive on?
So they put their mural on an active street.
Yeah.
And they... Okay.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
You know what? Like okay, so you know, in like Hollywood, where they have like the murals for all the stars, you know what I mean? Hollywood Walk of Fame. And if I go ahead and step on Michael Jackson's star, are they going to present me with a ticket?
No, ma'am.
Not that I know of.
No, ma'am.
Aretha Franklin, James Brown.
No, ma'am.
Some of the greatest
No, ma'am.
Entertainers of Time. Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
But you can get a felony misuse charge if your car that drives on the road drives over something that is also on the road.
If it means so much to them, which I guess clearly it does, then put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Put it on an active road.
Put it on the wall. Of the
Walls.
building. Thank you.
Walls always help. Walls are always great places to put murals.
Put it on a wall. Put it in a pamphlet. Put it in anything but an active street.
On the road that people drive on.
Listen.
That are meant for cars.
I know he's not in prison. I know he's not in prison, but free him. Free him.
Free us all. You know what? Free us all, actually, because I am irritated every week. Free us all. Free us all from this BS.
Free us.
Because what in the effity F is this?
This is off to a great start.
When we look on Instagram, we have in our title here, Weekly Foolishness. When we put that there, we are not joking. Like, this is not an exaggeration.
No, it's real.
Okay.
It's not made up.
Okay.
Just because the young man's car screeched a little bit, he was slapped with a trespassing
misdemeanor. Like
felony. A felony criminal misuse charge for driving on the road.
He's gonna have problems getting a job.
All because he drove over their LGBTQ mural that's on an active road.
Like he won't be able to move to another country.
That's entrapment. Like, come on, yo. Let that man go.
Oh, they set him up. That's a setup if I've ever seen one.
They set him up.
Sorry, what state is this?
You know what? It doesn't say. It didn't say. It wasn't a huge article, but I'm sure. I don't know. Florida. Who knows? I don't know. Like, wherever it is, it's wrong. Wherever it is, it's awful. It's wrong. This is stupid. Just free us all from this nonsense. Free us all. Free us all, because this is crazy. This is by far the craziest thing I've ever heard of. For getting in your car and driving down a street, he did not hit anybody. He did not hit a garbage can. He didn't run away from police. He wasn't drinking and driving. He was driving to probably go home from a study session or with his girlfriend, and now he's going to have a felony charge for driving over something that's actually on the road, on the actual road where cars go. We're done. I'm actually done. I'm done. Okay, so this one here, we're just gonna put it up in a segment I'm calling Rachel Who. So, oh God.
Honestly,
oh God is right.
Jesus and Eve, not us. Okay, here we go.
So a few years ago, this woman was introduced to us as she had duped the Black community in the U.S. because she was an NAACP chapter president, and it turns out people thought she was a Black woman, but she was actually white. At that time, when we found out about her, her name was Rachel Dolezal. Well, now Rachel has done two interesting things recently. One is Rachel Dolezal has changed her name to be more in touch with her roots. So now Rachel Dolezal, the white woman who pretended to be a Black woman's name, is now Nkechi Diallo. So again, from Rachel Dolezal, which is actually also not her real name, she is now getting in touch with her African roots, and her name is now Nkechi Diallo. Well, she was just dismissed from her teaching job over her OnlyFans accounts, and I'm just going to switch to the next one because good old Rachel Dolezal, Nkechi Diallo, was on OnlyFans doing all of this. There's more. There's a little bit more while you guys digest Nkechi Diallo. There's a little bit. In a recent turn of events, Rachel Dolezal, who now identifies as Nikesh Diallo, and previously made headlines as the controversial former NAACP chapter president, has been dismissed from her teaching position at an elementary school in Arizona. The Catalina Foothills School District took action after discovering Diallo's OnlyFans account, which she promoted on her public social media profiles, according to News for Tucson. Diallo supplemented her income by selling content on OnlyFans for a monthly subscription fee of $9.99. The district spokesperson, Julie Fairbank, highlighted that Diallo's online activities breached the school's social media and staff ethics policy, leading to her immediate termination. Girl.
So she stole our name because she's from Africa. And she now...
Listen.
Well, you know what? Now she doesn't like to be black.
I'm done.
Because we get fired every day. So now she knows I'm black.
To be honest with you, let me tell you something. Whoa.
Stealing the name that woman, leave black culture alone.
Listen, girl, listen.
Go back to your whiteness.
You know what?
Stay in your whiteness. Leave us alone.
You know what? The woman at this point is blacker than me. I have no comment.
No, she's not blacker than you. You're actually black.
Yes, she is, girl. She has a full-on African name. I still have my Scottish slave name, Campbell. So she's blacker than me, man.
No, I'm not claiming that. No one's blacker than me. She ain't blacker than me. Nope. No, because she can change up anytime she wants. We can't.
And she doesn't want. She
hasn't
wants to go
changed,
deeper.
though. She's getting
deeper
blacker
into
by
the
the day.
blackness. She said, "I am Nikeshi Diallo. Catch me in Africa."
Yeah, she's
That's what
taking
she
a
said.
name. She's taking the name that we have all chosen. We have all chosen to just stick with our Scottish and British and last names,
German and Russian,
from
whatever
our
last names.
Yeah,
And she
so
said, "Nope, I'm gonna take it back to the motherland."
I'm going home. So okay, sis.
But are we all? I guess it's her thing. Someone said that we're all from Africa, so I guess she's just taking it to a whole new level. But back to her and her foolishness. You can't be
Right, like
showing off.
I
fired the whites for the same thing, man. So just because you thought that you weren't gonna get kicked out.
Yeah. I think too with Rachel is, I'm just gonna call her Rachel because I already forgot what the other name is. She thought that she was gonna become a celebrity.
Yeah,
you know,
she did.
She thought she was going to be famous and become like like Monica Lewinsky or Paris Hilton or one of these reality stars that, gets so big that she's just going to brand herself. When she realized that didn't happen, she had to take this teaching job, but she still loves this attention so much so that she's like, I'm just going to start an OnlyFans. Like, girl, you could have literally done anything else. Anything else.
Could have wrote a book. You could have wrote a book, How I Fooled Them All.
Right. Write a book even about, or do your therapy sessions as a reality show, like Race Identity Crisis. Like, I'm sure there are other people out there that are trying to identify with another race and are having issues. This would have made a great reality show. Sit down with Dr. Phil and be like, yo, I really, really, really inside want to be a Black woman, although I am a white. Like, I would have sat down and watched that. She would have made tons of money off of that. But no.
Well, now she's fired.
She's accepting like $5 a month on OnlyFans, and if it was working, fine, but it wasn't because she was girl
teaching or trying to teach.
And then you get fired, and you're like, why?
Listen, at this point, she needs Ilyana fix my life. That's where she's at. Ilyana needs to come.
No, we're not going to put any Black person through this stuff.
Because what she'll do, when she sits down with Ilyana, when Ayanna sits down with her, she's going to be there like, I identify so much with you, Ayanna. Like, I also know as a Black woman. And, listen.
You know what? We're done. We're done. Sorry, Rachel. We have nothing for you. Good luck. We guess, have whatever. We're done. As someone who recently took 2 flights this last week, I was on a flight on Thursday and I was on a flight on Monday. If I ever got on a flight and experienced this, I don't know what I would do. So, a Delta flight was forced to turn back after passengers were showered with maggots that fell from the plane's overhead compartment.
At that point, I just see Jesus, and I'm done.
Yep.
This is it, Lord.
Yep.
Take me home.
Passed away.
I'm done with this planet. I'm done with this life. It's been real.
Yep.
Jesus, take me home.
Yep.
My spirit's left my body.
Yep.
Long gone.
So here's the thing, right? I don't like bugs. Just normal bugs, right? I don't like ants. Hate spiders. These are normal bugs. Right. These are normal bugs. Normal bugs that you come across. Right. Exactly. How do you think human beings would react?
Showers of maggots.
These are like that eat dead flesh?
I want to live on the plane.
Right. Why are they in the plane?
Okay, I'm going to tell you why they were on the plane. This is a long article, but I'm going to try to get through just enough. So, passengers aboard a Delta flight from Amsterdam to Detroit got a surprising and disgusting announcement from the pilot an hour into their flight. They'd be turning around due to maggots falling from a bag in an overhead bin, showering a passenger in the process. Maggots were found falling from a bag, apparently rotten fish.
How rotten was that fish? Do you know how rotten a fish would have to be for maggots to take it?
A passenger, Philip Schultz, who is Dutch and lives in Iowa, said he saw a maggot fall on a woman at the end of his row and saw several more fall around her seat. When they called the flight attendants. I'm just going to paraphrase. They called the flight attendants. The flight attendants identified the bag the maggots were coming from. A male passenger claimed it as it, and it was open. When the bag was open, everyone that was still sitting around that area immediately pinched their nose because there were clearly a bad smell coming from it. They overheard the passenger explain that there was fish in his bag. Ultimately, the bag was tightly wrapped in plastic and taken to the back of the plane.
But how? Okay, so they obviously, whoever that bag, when it went through the checking area, they really didn't check it. Because when I have just a little more makeup than this, they definitely stop me and say that I need to check it. So how did he get through with a whole rotten fish?
Listen, we come from Jamaican households, and we are not, listen. Jamaicans will pack up everything when you're leaving Jamaica to bring to you. But you know what we do with our food before we bring it? We cook it. We bring fried fish. We bring fried chicken. We bring things that are cooked. Nobody takes an actual fish out of the fridge and wraps it up and puts it with your luggage. No one does this.
No
one does. You cook it. You cook it. Why on God's green earth would you take a piece of fish from the fish market, wrap it in a piece of paper, and put it in your luggage and think that was going to work?
And that's a long flight.
Thank you.
From Amsterdam to Detroit.
That's a long flight.
Oh my God.
That's like 11 hours, y'all, at least. Like what? And how? How? Because I'm telling you, when I go to the airport, and if you're flying just from here to Montreal,
they check you.
They check you like you have weapons in your bag. Maybe they only do that to Black women. Who knows? But they check.
Quadruple check.
You're not getting on that plane with no raw nothing.
But this dude was able to go through customs
with a whole raw fish.
With fish.
A rotted fish.
Rotted fish.
Yuck.
He was able to get through.
Yuck. Just yuck.
The stale.
Yes.
Hella expired fish.
Because for a fish to get maggots in it, come on. It is rotten.
Can this poor woman like sue, or can some please?
Can she sue somebody?
Can someone give this woman money?
I'm suing everybody. I'm suing everybody.
That's trauma. I'm gonna claim like I won't be able to sleep. Like how?
No.
What?
You're gonna have nightmares of maggots
falling from the sky onto you. That is yuck. The airports, the airlines. I'm gonna sue somebody until somebody gives me money.
Someone's getting sued.
There's no way.
Someone is paying. Yep.
Do better. Tran was going through security with a bottle of water from Mexico when we're coming. The amount of time we had to stand there for them to check her bag to take out the water. Water. An unopened bottle of water.
If you have a little makeup things like this and it doesn't fit in the stupid little bag they provide, they say, oh, you gotta throw this out or you're not getting on the plane or you gotta check it. Anything over 100 milliliters, even if, no,
but this man brought rotten fish. We're done.
Dead ass fish.
We're done. Now this, God, for those of you on the radio, I wish you could actually see this. I'm going to play it, and what you're going to hear for those of you on the radio is the sound, a beautiful sound of people congratulating people in a moment. But then I'm going to explain to you what we had to witness in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a segment I'm calling Visa on Deck.
Girl.
So just to explain what we just witnessed, this happened in Canada. I'm going to guess that it happened at Pearson International Airport, where what we heard was celebration because 2 young Jamaican men were at the airport proposing to their girlfriends, who to me looked somewhere, I know they say 85 here, but they're just being shady, but I would give them a good 70 to 75 years old, and these young men were likely in their 20s, and apparently they had been dating them for only 2 weeks, and Clem, they found the love of their lives, so that's why they go upon the people them ground and propose upon the dusty floor at the airport to these old women. Ladies.
Well, they found the visa of their life, that's for sure. But we like to call the Canadian nightmare, and that's what they got. These ladies got so bamboozled that it's sad and extremely funny to watch.
And can I just say, let me explain for those that can't see this, that are listening on the radio. These women are literally like your classic Blanche Devereaux and Dorothy Zbornak from Golden Girls. These women are like, this is like 1980s old. We're not talking about J-Lo and Sigourney Weaver and Demi Moore old. Right. We're not talking that old. We're not talking Hollywood old. We're not talking 2024 version of what old is now. We're talking about 1985 when grandma looked like grandma. That's the old.
Old.
Gray hair, little curl up little gray hair, and little long tunic shirt with
not the tunic,
polyester pants.
Not just gonna.
I know that they're responsible for these young men for the next 10 years, regardless if they stay with them or not. Listen, once these men get off the plane, listen, girl, once these guys get off the plane here in Canada, the first thing that looks like she's under 50 years old, them gone in the wind.
Same boat. They're bolting off like the same, man. That's it.
And then 10 years.
Listen, are these women going to last 10 years? Are they going to last 10 years? This one here, she is barely standing up on her own.
Yeah, she's insane. She's insane. Where are her children? Sis, where are your adult children to help? Where's your nieces and nephews?
But girl, you know how these older women stay. They don't listen. They're really find love. You can't talk.
I know.
They're stubborn. You've been telling her all of this.
I know.
And she will say yes to this guy. So
I know.
her family are probably just standing by like, okay, grandma, this is what you want? What are you supposed to do?
Listen, kids, nephews and nieces, your aunties, your mothers, your fathers even. Teach them about scams. Let them know what a scam looks like. Let them know, because this
is a scam.
These romance scams.
She'll
learn for sure. And we're done. We're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna reset the room so we can bring the other foolishness to you.
Yes, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Not your typical girl talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, dark internets, your weekly foolishness. We hope you're laughing. We hope you're pondering and thinking as well, right? Because we've got some wisdom here too. We're not just out here laughing all night, right? We want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Saturdays, the replay, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're on the internet radio. That is right. We also tape this show live on IG and on YouTube. So be sure to follow us. Handle is Not Your Typical Girl Talk. And then you'll know when we go live. We usually go live Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So join us then. Thanks for joining us. We've got some more foolishness lined up. So let's go.
Let's go. Indeed. In these segments I'm calling Reach Much, I'm going to read two things to you, and you're going to let me know your thoughts. So the first one, Idaho House passes bill to give pedophiles the death penalty. I'm going to repeat. Idaho House passes bill to give pedophiles the death penalty. I think we can all agree that is amazing. If you mess with little children, that is exactly what you should get. We should be rid of you. Go bye-bye. Well,
It's a
someone
win.
decided to take this happy news and turn it into this bullshit. So this person says, if you don't think they're going to use this eventually to target LGBTQ people, you are effing stupid.
Huh?
What?
What?
I repeat, if you don't think they're going to use this to eventually target LGBTQ people, you are effing stupid. So somehow, the pedophilia and LBTG, they're in how? Are you trying to tell us something? How?
So they're saying that they're going to use this to attack people of the LGBTQ plus.
Yes, this bill. Yes, that is meant for pedophiles.
Right.
But
Why do they do that?
what? Because pedophiles don't like men and women that violate children. What? Like am I like
I'm severely confused with why they would say that.
I really just think, well, people like to tie. Here's the problem. Some people of this community, for some reason, always try to look for loopholes to say that this is something that's against us. And I don't care if you are a man that is messing with a little boy. I don't care if you're a part of the Black community, of the LGBTQ, of the rich, of the poor. I don't care. You should die.
Gotta go. You gotta go.
Like, okay, you should be executed.
Yes.
And you can at me.
In Madrid, they're castrating. It's Madrid. It's somewhere overseas. They're saying that they're going to start castrating pedophiles. But Idaho just takes it to a whole new level. I'm for Idaho.
So you remember a story we did a few months ago where they started calling these people minor attracted people?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, because it's a preference. It's a preference, they said. That's what they said.
So this is a win for Idaho, considering in other places they're now being deemed as minor attracted people, and they should be able to roam the streets with the rest of us, which is a no, goddamn no. So good for you, Idaho, and sir, sit down somewhere and
please
get your. We have
because
nothing.
that's an actual insult. That's an insult even to people in the LGBTQ. That is an
because
insult.
you're associating them with pedophilia is what you do.
Like what are you doing? Like what?
People don't think.
Okay, so we're done. This one is interesting here. This one's interesting. I think this man may be done in a segment I'm calling Bad Review. So a man rented an Airbnb and he left a bad review. The owner of the Airbnb said, "Oh no, not today, sir." So the owner of the Airbnb sent the man's wife security footage of him with another woman entering the Airbnb. Ladies.
Oh, I'm here for it.
I
say bravo.
This is the drama.
Bravo.
So here's the thing. First of all, I'm going to say, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm always sus. And Airbnbs, I'm very aware of Airbnbs and the idea that there could be cameras in here. That's just me, right? I think, sir, as we always say, you don't bring, you don't bring that to your house. Sir, where is her hotel? Where is her home? Not saying it's
we're
right to
gonna find
cheat.
out because I'm gonna
Let's find
read you. I'm gonna read you the article because this is true, guys. We don't make this stuff up. I'm gonna read you.
That's true. It happened.
I'm gonna read you the article. A vengeful Airbnb host took a security photo of her married guest in the company of another female and emailed the image to the man's wife after a failed extortion attempt triggered by a bad review. Sean McKay from Mississippi is suing Airbnb and superhost Pamela Fuller, accusing them of invading his privacy, inflicting on him emotional distress, and causing damage to his marriage. In a 22-page complaint filed in September, Fuller emailed his wife a screenshot from a door camera taken after 3 a.m., showing Mackey with a woman who was not his wife. The superhost allegedly waged a campaign of vengeance after he refused to pay $960 in fees and penalties for having extra guests and breaking house rules. The compromising image was sent from a bogus email account allegedly set up by Fuller and pretending to be Mackey. The plaintiff's marriage has suffered as a result. In September 22, Mackey rented Fuller's house in Memphis, billed as a little bit more country, for a weekend get-together with old friends. Mackey booked a stay from September 9 to September 11 for a total of 4 guests. In his exchanges with the Airbnb host, Mackey said he may invite additional pals over for a low-key dinner, but they will not be spending the night. That sounds like a lovely time, Fuller replied. I would be delighted to host you all. The 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, which Fuller was renting out for $567 a night, could accommodate up to 12 guests. However, Fuller voiced no objection to the additional guests and reassured Mackey that he could just add them to the guest list at any time. Anyway, sent a bunch of house rules, blah, 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 blah. God, this is a long-ass article. Blah, blah, oh my God. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently, he tried to get a partial refund from them. He posted a bad review, and that's why she decided to send, man, it's a long-ass photo. She decided to send these pictures. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. On another level, people are allowed to leave bad reviews.
Thank you.
Like, it's legal. This is a thing. Like, if you don't want bad reviews for your business or your Airbnb, whatever you're doing, you have to give the best service ever. And how does it help her now knowing that she's got her entire house covered with cameras? Who's going to stay there?
No.
It's like, oh, okay, so what other pictures does she have? It's like, girl, you got pictures even of married couples enjoying their private time.
Or so they thought. That's nuts. I wonder what the review said, though. Because I'm curious to know.
I'm trying
Also
to see
that.
if I can find it. I don't think
it was so bad that she decided to basically make herself look like a criminal, because extortion is extortion.
Oh, absolutely. I want to know how damaging was this comment. Like, what did he say?
What, the place is dirty? Like,
so she asked him to leave. She asked him to leave because neighbors were complaining that apparently there was party and disturbances. He said nothing of the sort happened. He ended up leaving. When he checked out of the property, he requested a refund for the nights he booked but did not stay, which is understandable. If you book some nights and you don't stay there.
She should have actually refunded him that money.
And then he left a negative review. And then she said to him that the review would jeopardize her superhost status, and then began harassing him.
So she thought harassing him would be better than giving him
harassing and sending the photo.
Okay, she's kind of messed up too, though. Yeah.
What?
I mean, he's dumb, sure, but she is the one that's really dumb because you don't want to lose your super host status. So you decide to harass the person instead of just giving them like $200. Yeah, like
man. Okay, she's stupid.
wow.
That's dumb.
Wow.
Girl.
Yeah,
Was it worth it?
no, because now Airbnb is just totally dropping her because Airbnb doesn't want to get sued.
No. Wow.
I'm done. We're done. This is all bad. They're both wrong. All bad. He's wrong. But funny thing is, for all we know, there was nothing actually going on. For all we know, if he's staying with a bunch of friends, it doesn't mean, because this picture doesn't show anything but them entering the place together. We don't know. This woman is just, I'm done.
She's off her rocker.
Okay. So
She's trying.
this one here, let me tell you something. I didn't even watch the whole thing because I wanted to watch it with you, my girls. I just want to know where our tax dollars are going, because apparently in New York, this is where tax dollars are going. Presenting the New York City dance team. Let me turn this up, and I'm gonna turn around and watch with all of you. What's more? There's more. There's more. There's more. That was the New York Police Department's dance team, which we'd like to see it again.
You know. Okay. So here's the thing. If they were doing this just like internal, if it was an internal crew that just likes to do this for health and fitness, you know what I mean? And at the Christmas party, maybe they like have a routine. You know, and made a video. Like, this video is high production.
They are appearing on a national televised show.
Yeah, like this
promoting the dance team that doesn't know how to dance.
You're in uniforms and you're doing it. You're doing a body roll thing. Like,
you know what?
Our favorite cheerleading teams.
We're gonna let the people talk. There was a few comments about the dance team. The first person says, "This is a televised Zumba class, not a dance team." I repeat, this is a televised Zumba class, not a dance team. Crying face emoji. The next person says, "The NYPD dance team practices 2 to 3 times a week for 2 to 3 hours, and they have dead." The next person says, "They cut back on school budgets so these MFs could have a dance team?" Question mark, question mark. Another person says, "No way my tax dollars are going to an NYPD dance team, and these biatches can't even dance. I hate it here." The next person says, to everyone asking why NYPD would have a dance team, the same reason they have a million TV shows that consult on to design in their image, like your beloved Law and Order's propaganda. It's how they water down their violence image and indoctrinate the public. That person was trying to be smart and not just sounded stupid. Moving on. Libraries in New York City are closed today because of cuts. This is where the money has gone. The next person said, if you get murked by the cops, the dance group performs at your funeral for no cost to your family. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. I am done. I am done.
I'm saying nothing.
You know what? If they were good, like, if this was literally like
this
a
is awful.
Sierra, Janet Jackson,
Awful.
J-Lo situation, I would have been like, I'm not even that mad at it. But the fact that it's horrible and these ill-fitting weird uniforms.
And they all have like, they're not the same.
Right. Like, how long have they been doing this dance cruise? Since last week?
I'm done with you.
Like,
I don't know how long it's been going on for, but they need to, can they get a refund?
yeah, just no. And then why did a TV station think people needed to see this?
On national TV.
That's a good question.
They could have got a real dance crew to come.
They could. Thank you. They very well could have, but they would say, no, our cops are popping. They're popping people in real life. They're popping on the dance floor. And that they did. They're popping something, just not dancing. But, you know, they're having fun, so I think.
Girl.
So just to give you a little bit more background, because I quickly Googled a little bit more. The NYPD dance team was founded in 2022. It is a volunteer club comprised of members of the New York Police Department. Any member of the NYPD or any civilian member of the service can join.
So they want to do this?
They volunteered, girl.
They volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl on Fire.
And the Hunger Games. This is the
Hunger Games.
Okay.
Like I said, if this was internal, like if it was a Zumba class that they took, like after work, they all go in their own private gym facility and they do this for fun, I'd be like, that's great. That's great. You know, people need to be fit. I get it. But y'all, you're out here putting it on the TV?
This was awful. It was awful.
It was horrible.
It was
It
awful.
was not good.
It was
bad.
awful.
With this horrible choreography, like
It was awful.
in ill-fitting
was-
outfits,
It was really bad.
showing your mom bods and your dad bods or whatever.
It was really.
It was
Is
awful.
it just women or is it men and women?
I mean, this crew here was just women, but again, anybody can join.
Yeah, that so.
We have nothing.
I don't like being mean, but I gotta be truthful.
It was awful. It was god awful. It was
It was-
god.
No one
awful.
wants this.
Okay, we're done. Because this one here, we're gonna need a movement. I snuck this one in, ladies, because as I was putting together this show on Monday, I happened upon this clip and I said, we need to talk about this in a segment I'm calling Girl What? Let's hear what this young lady has to say.
Okay.
If you're fucking with a condom, that is not count as a body.
So you go fuck 100 niggas.
That is not gonna count. Exactly. It's not gonna count.
Yeah, that's
It's not gonna count.
different. Wait, so that means your boyfriend can do that. You got a boyfriend like, yeah, you know what? I'm way from, so it don't count.
You see, nah, niggas don't know how to do that.
If you guys didn't hear, I'm gonna just repeat it because we know there was a bit of profanity. We're gonna repeat
If
it.
you're fucking with a condom, that is not count as a body. That's not it.
So you go fuck 100 niggas.
It's not gonna count. Exactly. It's not gonna count.
Yeah, that's
It's not gonna count.
different. Wait, so that means your boyfriend can do that. You got a boyfriend like, yeah, you know what? I'm way from, so it don't count.
You see, nah, niggas don't know how to do that.
So to repeat, she feels that if you are a woman and you are having sex with different men, as long as that man wears a condom, he doesn't count as a body. What a body means is she doesn't get to count that person as the amount of men she slept with. But when the interviewer of this stupid girl ask her, well, that means that your boyfriend can do the same. If he has a condom on and he's had sex with women, it doesn't count. Where she repeats, no, ninjas don't know how to do that. So she, as long as a man is wearing a condom with her, it doesn't count, but she counts for the man.
Stop.
See, this sort of stuff, this stuff is like, honestly, this is toxic. No, I actually believe it because I've heard some stupidness.
She's dumb girl. She's a dumb girl. She's a dumb girl.
Damn idiot. Girl, come on.
I find that the biggest idiots usually find their way into
the largest platform
on podcasts. And I say this is bad. This is toxic. Please, anyone that just heard this, please do not believe her.
Do not.
This is stupid. I'm looking in the Instagram cam right now. Do not believe this. YouTube, do not believe this. This is stupid.
It makes sense. How is it okay for her to not have to count anybody because the guy's going to?
Correct. So the man.
The man wears it. Her man wears a condom to other women, but he has to have a body count.
Correct.
He has to say, okay, I've been with 5 women.
Right.
And she's like 60 men.
Right.
Because they wore condoms.
Right.
Does not count.
She's fine. Oh. Okay. All right, child.
She's for the streets.
No, there's below
304.
There's a different level of street.
304.
This is a different level.
Any
subway level.
Any woman that takes this language on as truth, 304. 304. Upside down and backwards.
Here's the thing. What makes you sit down and think through this argument? So let's repeat the steps that happen before you get on a show to be able to share these thoughts. So first of all, you have to formulate the thought. And then you formulate this thought and then you say it in your head first and then you say it out loud and you say, that makes so much sense. I know I've been out here getting ran through by men, but based on the fact that I might have had 100 men, but 90 of them had condoms on, it means I only really slept with 10 men because the condom stopped the penetration from having to my vagina. So I need to share the word. And so then she finds a platform and she shares that and says, I have so much to talk about sexuality. And then she goes on the platform and they mic her up. You see, she's got a mic in front of her. She sits on a cozy seat. She then shares this thought and then it spreads to the internet. So if there was a lot of formulation of thought, she had time to think it through, she talked it through, she maybe shared it with some friends, and some of her friends said, yeah, girl, you need to go ahead, because that's so true. We're fellow hoes. We don't want to be hoes. And so you just make us feel better about being hoes. Listen, ladies.
Basically.
Own your hodom. Own your hodom. Own it.
The first thing a 304 does is tries to make excuses for why they are not 304s.
Yeah.
Which is what she's doing here.
She's saying that because of the condom, she's the virgin?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, girl. Okay.
This is toxic. And I feel bad because young people are sitting here and listening to this garbage.
Complete garbage. Anyone that listens to this woman.
I'm actually in my head trying to think, how would I formulate this thought and share it loudly and proudly? She was loud and proud.
Yeah, she was brazen about it.
She was like, figured it, everybody.
I figured out. I have the code.
Yeah, she.
Backside down. No one asked.
But girl, she unlocked the code.
Just own it.
She unlocked the code, though. She's sharing. She has unlocked the code. She said, ho no more. She said, ho no more. I've unlocked the code. She called her fellow hoes. So she got Amber Rose on the line and said, girl, at the next slut walk, I got a message for the hoes. And so she started.
Yeah, this is like toxic feminism at its finest. It's like, how can we make ourselves look like we're not garbage?
How about them not being so promiscuous?
No, but yeah, but that's they don't want to do that because that means that they can't be. So the thing is, they need to be promiscuous, but make the excuse that they're not.
Be okay.
To be like, this is fine because.
What becomes of grace? Does that body then count?
Maybe we should find this woman and ask her.
We should.
Although I feel that we would all have to just leave our seats at that point and be like, I can't even do this. Like, we can't talk to you.
This young lady is setting up herself and a whole bunch of other followers for mass destruction. I don't know. I don't know.
I say no.
I say no.
Just no.
I'm so glad I am not 20-something years old today.
Girl.
Imagine.
I am so glad. I as a mother of a 22-year-old,
to be honest with you, when I think about my 20s, like, we had the best time to be in our 20s.
Yes,
we did.
Because this, we're done. This, just this. No, we're done.
Wow.
We're done. We're done. We're done. I'm looking at her smiling face, like she's really proud of this. She really is proud. She's like, she's figured out the whole code.
Yeah, she's like
Amber
the Oracle.
Rose on the line.
Yeah, she's the Oracle. She's like, I figured out the Matrix. I found the way out of the Matrix.
No, save your Matrix. No one needs to know about your. Take the red pill. Save your little world.
Go away.
The rest of the planet alone.
Go away. Go away.
My child.
We're done. We're done. Telly, please, for the love, take us out, girl. Bye.
And the drivers that there is so much more, and we know we're ready in our next like if you saw you got this far, if you were able to make it through all of that, you're a real one. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. We are live every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on Pat J. Thank you, IQ, for not crashing. Because listen, right? Okay. All right. One part that never fails is YouTube. We want to thank you so much, YouTube, for always being a real one, always riding with us from day one. Listen, so make sure to follow us on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on Instagram so you never miss an episode. You got to stick right in. Award-winning content. You hear the advice we give? Honestly, ladies, thank you, Sheila. Let these people see that levels of our go down, we'll go see surprise tomorrow. That's right. The night we're going to talk about we're going everywhere from coast to coast, seven seas.
Since you left me to play with, you think that means I'm feeling desperate. I'm never you know. I don't